I woke up to a miracle today. Triggers fade as I find my way. No judgment to lead astray. In this peaceful state I'll stay.
Welcome back, everyone, to our exploration of Course in Miracles.
We're jumping into lesson 240 today. It's quite a significant one.
It is. And just a reminder before we dive in, check out our daily Spotify poll. It's a great way to explore these course concepts together.
We really do love hearing from you. You can always connect on social media. That's at the World Harmony Project, or shoot us an email at acim@theworldharmonyproject.org.
Yeah, even just to say hello or share a quick thought, it's always welcome. So today's lesson title, it's incredibly direct. Fear is not justified in any form.
Wow. Yeah, that just stops you in your tracks, doesn't it? This is actually the final lesson in the What is Salvation section, and it feels like such a powerful conclusion.
It pulls everything together in a very definitive way. Okay, so let's jump in. Today's lesson from the Course, lesson 240, states it plainly. Fear is not justified in any form.
Such a huge statement. And it's actually the last lesson in the whole What is Salvation section of the Course. It really ties things up powerfully. How about I read the first part?
Please do.
Fear is not justified in any form. You were created by love, in love, and as love. How can fear have any basis in reality when your very essence is perfect safety? Fear is a shadow, a belief in something that is not, an illusion conjured by the ego to obscure your true inheritance of peace. It has no source in God, and therefore it has no actual existence.
You are part of love itself, a son of God, forever safe in his embrace. Can a part of love experience threat? Can a son of God truly be in danger? To believe in fear is to believe in a lie about yourself, about your creator, and about the world he created in perfect innocence. Let this truth dispel every fearful thought, for what is not real cannot harm you.
Wow.
Yeah, that reading really introduces this core concept of a fear identity. The Course suggests when we start seeing ourselves as fundamentally vulnerable, it's not just about one specific fear. It's like we can build our whole life around being someone who needs to be afraid. And then we often see that same fearful identity in others too. It can become this underlying assumption.
And that has such a massive impact on relationships, doesn't it? If you agree with someone's fear-based identity, validating their anxieties, you're sort of missing their true self, their wholeness, as the Course puts it.
You're agreeing with their mistake about who they are instead of reflecting back that core safety. The Course basically says once you really get your true identity as sons of God, part of love itself, recognizing that connection to perfect peace, fear just becomes impossible.
Because there's no separate you to be threatened.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But, and this is important, it's not about throwing common sense out the window. It's not saying ignore actual practical dangers.
And thinking about the whole What is Salvation section, this lesson suggests that if fear is fundamentally deceptive, not real, then the whole idea that you need saving kind of dissolves.
Right.
Because how do you save someone who, at their core, was never truly in danger?
And that difference between natural responses and fear identity is key. You know, your body having an alert response to a potential threat, taking sensible precautions, that's wisdom.
Practical.
The deception the Course talks about is the story we build around it, the narrative that locks in that fear. Like as a parent, I'm always doing that dance practical safety versus letting fear run the show.
That distinction feels really crucial when thinking about relationships, maybe with people who've shown harmful behavior in the past. You can protect yourself, set boundaries based on current behavior, but without letting their past actions define their essential nature. You hold space for who they are beneath the fear or the attack.
And grasping that difference, it changes how you carry yourself, how you interact. You can be smart, careful, take wise actions, but without that constant undercurrent of fear or defensiveness. And gosh, this feels so relevant right now, looking at the bigger picture. All the global stuff, conflicts, climate events, political tension.
Oh, absolutely.
The media landscape just seems designed to amplify threat, constantly inviting us to identify with fear.
The 24/7 news cycle, it thrives on it, doesn't it?
It keeps us scrolling.
And that's the tricky line, isn't it? When does being responsibly informed cross over into just living in fear, feeding that fear identity?
Yeah, and the media can almost make you feel this obligation to carry the weight of every crisis personally.
Right, like you're supposed to absorb all the world's suffering.
But if we operate from that place, the lesson points to part of love itself. we can hold awareness of events without getting completely swallowed by them. We can be a conscious witness.
I definitely notice a difference in myself. If I encounter difficult news when I'm feeling centered, remembering who I really am,
Yeah.
my response is different. It's more like, okay, here's suffering. How can I respond with love? Maybe it's prayer, maybe it's practical help if possible. But if I encounter the same news when I'm already anxious or fearful,
What happens then?
I just absorb more fear. It paralyzes me. I feel less able to think clearly, less able to help anyone. It just reinforces the anxiety.
That makes so much sense,
And
which points to a really practical thing we can all do, right? Taking control of how we consume information.
Not just what, but how.
Approaching it consciously. Asking, am I coming to this as part of love itself, seeking understanding? Or am I approaching this as a separate threatened self, looking for confirmation of danger?
I've started trying to do that. Just pausing before opening a news app or scrolling social media, asking myself, okay, what's my intention here?
That's a great practice.
Am I genuinely looking for information, or am I just mindlessly scrolling, feeding that little fear monster inside that wants proof the world is scary?
It's so easy to fall into that mindless scrolling. Social media algorithms often push the most reactive stuff too. It's a bit of a rabbit hole.
Tell me about it. I sometimes go online to check one thing, and 20 minutes later I realize I've just watched a dozen videos of people arguing in supermarkets or something.
Oh no, the customer's behaving badly, Vortex.
Exactly. And it leaves you feeling kind of grimy, like you've just confirmed your worst suspicions about humanity.
It definitely reinforces that sense of a chaotic, overwhelming reality if you're not careful. That's why I've been thinking about it as conscious consumption.
Conscious consumption. I like that.
Choosing sources,
Yeah.
setting time limits maybe, not just passively taking in whatever comes across the screen, remembering that fear looks upon a world which is impossible.
It's like knowing there's a tornado warning for your county is important information for safety.
Right, practical.
But spending all day glued to the Weather Channel during a basic thunderstorm watch, that's different. That's feeding the fear.
This makes me wonder, though, could news even be different? In this world of illusion, could you write news stories that actually help people practice course principles instead of just reinforcing ego patterns?
Whoa, that's a cool thought experiment. What would that even look like? Take a typical fear-based headline.
Like what?
Okay, say, economic downturn deepens. Millions face job losses. Fear, scarcity, threat.
Yes, standard stuff.
What if it was framed differently? Maybe. Maybe the courseway isn't really about rewriting the news itself, but about how we read whatever's out there, shifting our own internal lens as we encounter the information.
That feels very aligned, actually. Can we try something? I found a headline earlier today that just instantly triggered that fear response in me.
Oh, yeah.
What if we tried rewriting that headline right now from a place of connectedness?
Oh, I'm intrigued. Let's hear the original.
Okay, it was. The U.S. has confirmed the first human case of New World screwworm, a flesh-eating parasite typically found in South America. The case was identified in a person who had recently traveled from El Salvador. Just reading that, I immediately felt fear, this foreign threat, this dangerous person bringing something scary to us.
Wow, yeah. You can instantly feel the us versus them, the threat, the separation in that language. Okay, how would you rewrite it?
Trying to start from connectedness as the default. Maybe something like, the body of our brother is experiencing effects of the screwworm after his travels from El Salvador. Medical professionals are joining together to provide healing, while public health officials work to understand how to prevent others from facing similar challenges.
Oh, that lands so differently. The medical facts are there, but the entire emotional frame shifts from threat to care.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
And maybe continue it like, our brother's experience reminds us that physical symptoms can appear anywhere in our human family, and we extend gratitude to all involved in his physical protection and healing. While we know our brother's true self is untouched by this physical experience, we stand ready to extend any additional compassion he may call for.
Listening to that, my whole body just relaxed. It's not arguing against the fear. It's just modeling a different consciousness, assuming compassion is the norm. That's brilliant. Okay, let me try one.
Go for it.
I saw a story about wildfires threatening California wine country. Lots of fear there, loss, destruction.
Right. Big economic impact, too, usually emphasized.
Yeah.
So how would you approach that from connectedness?
Okay, let me think. Maybe start with the people in the land.
Yeah.
Like, our brothers and sisters who tend the vineyards of Napa County are facing the challenge of wildfire as the picket fire moves through their region.
Okay.
And then add. Those whose calling is to protect others from fire have responded with courage, while families are temporarily relocating to ensure their safety. The land that has been lovingly cultivated for wine is experiencing the natural cycle of fire that has always been part of this ecosystem.
See, that honors the immediate challenge, the human side, but also brings in that larger perspective, the natural cycle, regeneration. It feels grounded but wider, less purely about loss.
Yes. And then maybe shift the focus from just loss to response. While our vineyard family grieves the potential loss of their life's work, this moment calls forth the profound generosity we witness in times of challenge, neighbors helping neighbors, communities opening their doors, and brave souls running toward danger to protect others.
Wow, that really gets me. It connects the world of form, people value their work, their homes, with the Holy Spirit's perspective. It doesn't dismiss the grief, but it doesn't make the economic loss the ultimate story either. It assumes resilience.
And it shows compassion for the human feeling of loss, but without getting trapped in the fear of it. If, sadly, there was loss of life, we'd approach that similarly, honor the grief, hold the space for it.
Well, gently holding that deeper truth about our eternal nature, right? Maybe acknowledging something like, while some have laid down their physical forms, their love continues in all those they touched.
Something like that. Meeting the human emotion fully, but offering the comfort that love itself isn't diminished.
You know, doing this makes me really wish there was a news source that consistently took this approach. The Connection Gazette.
I love it. News that helps us practice forgiveness, see the shared humanity, remember who we are, while still letting us know what's happening in the world of form.
What a concept. Okay, so for everyone listening, how can you take this lesson, fear is not justified, and actually work with it, especially around information and news?
We put together a few steps based on our chat. First, step 1, stop before you dive into the news or scroll, or when you feel that fear bubble up, what's going on inside? Tension, dread, that mindless scrolling urge.
Just notice it, no judgment. Then, step 2, bring the lesson to mind. Fear is not justified in any form, and remind yourself, I am part of love itself. It's like reorienting your internal compass.
Step 3 is key. Acknowledge how you feel. Okay, so maybe fear is showing up. Are there fear-based identities running? Am I looking for proof the world is scary? Am I feeling overwhelmed by global stuff? Just acknowledge it honestly.
And you don't have to do it alone. Step 4, ask the Holy Spirit for help. Ask for guidance. Help me see this differently. Show me how to respond with love. Help me discern what's useful information versus what's just feeding fear. Invite that higher wisdom in.
And finally, step 5. Rest a moment. Just take a breath. Let go of the need to be consumed by fear. Choose conscious engagement. Set boundaries. Maybe choose sources that feel more aligned with peace, if possible. Respond from love, not just react from fear.
These simple steps can really begin to shift how you interact with information and manage that internal fear response. So as we wrap up, we're really curious about your own experiences with this.
Yeah, how do you navigate this? Distinguishing caution from fear as identity, balancing staying informed with staying sane, basically.
Thank you so much for joining us in this exploration today. It's a journey we're all on together, working toward seeing past the fear to the love that's always, always there.